Market update time. Let's get straight into it. Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video. Trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There is no guarantees of making money in the markets, and trading is the most hardest thing you'll ever do, and it takes a long time to become a good trader. So this video is just educational only. If you're struggling with your trading right now, then click on the very first link in the description. We're going to learn a free training, the 7 universal laws to become a master trader that will boost your success, consistency, and confidence without spending a decade trying to figure it out. Click on the very first link in the description right now. All right, hey traders, hope you're doing well. Quick market update for you. Let's have a quick look at what's happening with the markets, with the stock market and all that sort of down home country goodness. Looking at the markets as a whole, like the Dow Jones Industrial Average, had a bit of a rally back down, rally back up. Not really much going on through there. We still are below this resistance level through here, which is quite interesting to see that. Now, it is interesting to see that we did have a down day today, but the volume was increased, which is really, really, really interesting. Now, when we're actually looking at the, talking about the volume, actually, I'll get to the volume in just a minute there. All right, so we see that through there. S&P actually bounced off its support, which is quite interesting, where the Dow Jones are below it. Once again, the Dow Jones is the leader. This is the leader of the stock market, I believe. A lot of people say the transportation average is the leader. I don't know, not too quite sure about that. I personally believe that the Dow Jones, whatever the Dow Jones is saying, the others will follow. And yeah, so that's basically through there. So a lot more downside to come, I see, in Dow Jones. I remember I did a video yesterday and I said down, 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 the prices are down, and up, 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 and up, 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 and up, 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 and silver and gold. That didn't happen today, by the way. And people are like, what do you want, John? Anyway, so let's have a quick look at silver and gold. So what happened with silver? Silver actually completely reversed its downside through here. I still do believe we're likely to see some sort of upward action out of, because we did break out of this sort of, let me do that through there. We did actually break out of this resistance level through here, but maybe this here was just a false breakout, you know? Was this just a false breakout and we had a rally back down? Gold and silver are very, very, very volatile right now. And you can see what's happening here with gold as well too, right? It's like, it's really interesting. It's like, you know, which way will it break out? Which way will it break out? Will it break out to the upside? If we do open and we start to rally back up again, then it's game on. We're getting ready for a big breakout. If we continue this downward movement through here, then it may continue down for a little bit longer before we see the big run up through there. So I do have a position in silver right now. So my preferences is my preferences. We'll see if this is going to hold this level here of support. And if we have a look at the bigger picture here, let me bring up a different chart for you. So this one right here. And as you can see, if I squeeze my chart up right up through here and take everything off the screen, you can actually see that this level through here has indeed been a massive, massive, massive level of support. Bring it up through there again. You can see this level through this, basically this on the silver market, the 1650 level has indeed been a massive, massive area of support where the market is holding right now. So do we actually continue flushing down through here, or do we see a rally back up and out? So really, really, really interesting when it comes to that market. But also, once again, looking on the silver market, looking on gold as well too. Gold has continued to not really show much, is it? It's like this thing could just easily continue up and continue rolling up. Now, once again, we need to keep an eye on that. And I want you to keep an eye on that big weekly chart here, right? So the big weekly chart on gold is still developing that flag, and also on silver. What do we have here on silver? Which makes me think that we might be getting ready for some upside action here. Is that we made a slight higher high through here. So we've got a slight higher high. Is this going to be a higher low where we actually start to rally up and continue on from there? So it's really, 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 really interesting. Now, I did see a video just recently to say that the big guys are not short on silver, and actually for the very first time in a long, long, long time on the Commitment of Traders report, the hedge funds, not the commercial guys, but basically the hedge funds, are actually short the silver market, and they're always wrong. So it's really interesting to see that report there as well too, and it's interesting to see what's happening right now in silver. So I still think silver's going to continue rallying up from here, and we have a nice little rally up. So we shall see what's going to happen through there. And again, we did completely retrace through there, but I do see silver continue to rally up from here. So I do have some call options on silver right now. So We will see what's going to happen through there. Now, one thing I want to teach you guys is I want to teach you guys about using the volume to gauge what is likely to happen in the stock market. And volume is a very, 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 very big key indicator. Now, let me bring up, I'll bring up the SPY here for a minute, all right? And I want you guys to realize what's really going on here with the SPY. So let me bring up, say, 3-month view. And I'm going to share something with you, right? So this is how you can really read what's really going on in the markets and what's really happening right now in the markets. And where is the dominant in the strength of what's happening right now? Forget what happened over the last history and so on and so forth. What's happening right now? And what you want to look at is you want to look at the 2 different legs in the markets. 2 different legs. The very first leg that we want to see is we're going to look at the 2 different legs, okay? So we're going to look at this selling leg through here, and we're going to look at the buying leg through here, okay? So that's what we're going to look at through there. Now, notice this. Notice when the sellers were dropping, the volume was increasing. Notice that when the buyers have been rising up, the volume has been dropping down. Now, what is that telling you? And now we've got a slight increase in volume today on a slight down day overall. Lower high, lower low, compared to yesterday's high and low. What is that telling us? That tells me that this rally that we're seeing through here is indeed quite weak. Why? Because if you look at this here, right? If you actually look at this move up through here, what was happening? The volume is actually quite big, wasn't it? Look what's happened to the volume right now. The volume is dropping off. Volume is dropping off in the markets, and we'll continue seeing that volume dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping. So that's telling us something. All right, that's telling us something. And if you go have a look at stocks, if you look at different stocks right now, like I went through a whole bunch of stocks, like for example, I think it was Disney, right? DIS, Disney. When I was doing my live trading today, here were a few stocks that showed me we're now getting ready for more downside. And now what was that? Look at this here. If you have a look at, once again, let me just draw this here. So you see this big downward movement, increase in volume. This upward movement, look at that, poof, just dropped straight off, doesn't it? That's telling me that this rally we're seeing here is not a strong, decent rally. It's not a big, strong rally. What is it? It's more like just a weak rally, and the sellers are likely to knock this back down. Why? Because the volume is confirming that there's more sellers than buyers here. It'd be different if it was the other way around. You know what I mean? Like if we started getting some decent volume spikes through there, well then the buyers and sellers are fighting it out. Not right now. Not right now. Like things like MMM as well too. Look at the same thing through here, right? Now MMM, what's happened with MMM? You can see MMM, right? So this is not exact science all the way through. But you can see on this dropping through here, we had an increase, basically had an increase in volume, and there's rise up for the last 4 days. Look what happened to volume there. Pretty much tapered off, and pretty much now, you see it's really just dropped off through there. So that tells me that, well, we never know what's going to happen, right? Because what can happen through here is we always can get a big up day, a big increase in volume, and away we go. Makes sense? So that's what can happen. That's why it's a day to day. But when we're trying to gauge what's likely to happen moving forward, that's what we need to focus on. And what I'm focusing on right now, what I'm noticing is these volume. Let me see what Apple's doing as well too. Apple as well too, right? You can see this sort of sideways movement through here. Not really much happening with Apple, and so on and so forth. Let me have a look at Tesla for a minute. Not Tesla. Actually, Amazon. Amazon's actually a good one. Look what's happening with Amazon. Amazon's actually breaking up to new highs, but look at the volume. Look at the volume just tapering off. So if this was a true strong breakout real high, we should be getting some real big volume, right? The volume is actually tapering off a lot less than it has in the last couple of months. So I actually think Amazon's getting ready for a pullback because it's been so high on the weekly chart. So there we go, guys. That's what I see on the markets there. Hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a like. Share this video out if you can. That'd be great. And I'll talk to you next time.